Hi everyone, this is an update for candidates in student teaching for your first full week in the classroom. Wanted to send you an update as well as some additional clarification to help you get started off on the right foot. So again, today is January 4th, 2015. Happy New Year, by the way. On your to-do list for this week, outside of getting settled into your new classroom and really experiencing your first full week with students, make sure that you are sending your university supervisor a schedule and make sure that you are using the template that is included as part of your Blackboard site. And it's the same template that we reviewed when Mrs. Tuttle and I met with our student teachers back a couple of months ago. Make sure that you're using O for observing, A for assisting, and T for teaching. So obviously this week we're going to be able to see a lot of O's and a lot of A's because none of you should be teaching at this point unless it's in a very minor role and your university supervisor has already approved you to pick up a calendar activity or something very small this week. So again, we're expecting to see a lot of O's and a lot of A's notating observing and assisting. Make sure that your weekly schedule is broken down and developed in a way that is easy for your university supervisor to understand. Times for each subject area should be very clear. Labeling should be very clear so that we can very quickly understand your day and your responsibilities for each day. There is a school safety discussion board that is due January 9th at midnight, and yes, that is this upcoming Friday. We are making you do school safety information obviously very quickly into your student teaching experience because that is paramount and that is your number one goal every day, is to keep your students safe and maintain a safe environment. Make sure that you're reading that description very carefully to include all of the requirements that we are asking you to submit. Again, the Genius Scan app is going to be very beneficial to you to get that information into Blackboard for us. And again, January 9th at midnight is the due date, and you can view more specific information about this requirement within the main discussion board tab on your Blackboard site. You have two other discussion boards that are due before your first student teaching seminar, which is coming up very soon. And that is the School Improvement Plan discussion board as well as the EC for exceptional children. That EC discussion board. Those are due a little bit later, but again, you need to start working on those now, and it's very important for you to remember not to include any identifiable information within the EC discussion board post. We would just want to make sure that you're aware of the EC responsibilities that you have to maintain this semester, which you're responsible for accommodating and modifying your instructions per the instructions on any IEPs that you have in your classroom or 504s. So make sure that you are reading both of these discussion board tabs and you're starting to work on those this week as well. For the School Improvement Plan, a lot of you were able to transfer your placement from 435 or 436 into student teaching, so you're already bringing a wealth of knowledge about your school's improvement plan to student teaching. Just make sure that you are submitting all requirements there. For this week, it's also very important for you to create a blog that you're going to be using for your weekly reflections. I would highly recommend Blogspot, which is associated with Google, which a lot of you have already used throughout previous coursework. Typically in semesters past, we have had students submit their weekly reflections via Blackboard, and it's Blackboard's not the greatest place to collaborate and share what you're learning with others. So please make sure that you are creating that blog and that your first weekly reflection goes into that blog by Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. It's also important for you to start thinking about your long-range plan, which requires you and your clinical educator to determine the pace at which you will assume various teaching responsibilities throughout the semester. As a reminder, you must maintain 10 full weeks of classroom instruction throughout the duration of your student teaching experience. We are in January, so please remember to account for bad weather, for any changes that may occur in a schedule, and you want to make sure that you have given yourself and your clinical educator time for you to hold those 10 full weeks of classroom responsibilities with a gradual assumption of those responsibilities in the beginning of the experience, and then a gradual release of those responsibilities as we move toward graduation. And Mrs. Suttle and I will be posting more specific information about your first student teaching seminar, but you will notice that there is a link to a portfolio tracker on your Blackboard site, so please make sure you are checking that out again to ensure that you're bringing the correct information into the first student teaching seminar. So we hope that you all have a grand week. We'll be touching base with all of you soon to start our observations and to check in on your progress throughout your student teaching experience. We wish you the best of luck, and just a reminder that we are here for anything that you may need, so don't be afraid to email us. We are here to help and here to see you grow and become the best teacher possible throughout your student teaching experience. Thank you.